lovelies, it's your girl AngelSimmerX and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing something a little different. I probably have been saying this in a lot of my videos recently, but I really am doing something different, and I am playing a household with entirely EA/Maxis match content. And as you guys know, playing with Maxis match custom content is not something that I normally do. I normally play with Alpha CC, but I thought that I would do a little bit of experimenting and just, you know, experience the actual game and go outside of Creative Sim with Maxis match. And I honestly have to say, so far I am feeling it. I created an entire household. This is the Aldrich household, and I will get to their story in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to do something totally different. I was thinking about it the other day, and you know, I was watching the No CC challenge, and then I came up with this idea to do a video on a household that I play with completely nothing but Maxis match or EA match, quote unquote. But no, EA Maxis custom content. So getting it to our household here, this is the Aldrich household, and Todd and Tiffany are the hottest couple to, or the newest and hottest couple to move to Brindleton Bay. Now, they don't own any pets. A lot of the families here own pets, but they're probably gonna own a pet eventually, maybe get them a little dog or a cat. But they just moved here recently. They had the entire house renovated. They're living at the Hound's Head, and they had the entire house renovated to their liking. And they decided, the reason why they decided to buy such a big house, even though they know damn well that they are just now starting to be able to afford to pay their bills, is because they do want to have a family, and they were going to plan on saving some money up for a little while. They were going to buy a smaller house, and then they were going to save up some money in order to afford a bigger house. But let me just give you guys a little bit of backstory on Todd and Tiffany. They are the couple that likes to signify that they are a unit, and you can tell this by the clothes that they wear. They dress in the same color, and right now the color that they are wearing is blue. So like all this week they've been wearing blue clothes, and who knows what they're gonna be wearing next week. But that's just one way, like, they want to show the world that they are a couple, that they are together, is by wearing couple clothes or wearing matching colors. And Todd is literally drinking a glass of milk. That's different, because normally he's drinking a glass of water. They're that couple that other married couples look to as, like, hashtag marriage goals. And while they enjoy doing things together, like going on lunch dates, going to events, taking nice vacations, not everything is perfect. Uh-oh. We have a situation. Fraudulent funds. Tiffany has noticed a pattern in her manager's expense reports, and it appears that the manager is embezzling money from the company. Does Tiffany report it or try to blackmail the manager into sharing the profits? Well, obviously, we're going to do the right thing and report it. Tiffany sends an email to the accounting department to have them stop the embezzlement. Perhaps there will be a management spot open for Tiffany soon. Ooh, is another promotion in the works, perhaps? So back to the Aldrich story. Okay, pick one, Todd, not the other. Thank you. Um, back to their story. Not everything is perfect. They do have moments when they disagree or they argue like over the smallest things. They are also that couple who reviews the monthly budget because keep in mind they bought such an expensive house even though the money was not theirs, and they are on a bit of a tight budget. Even though they seem like they can afford everything, they're still like working, coming up in their careers. Todd is only like, I think, in the second level of his career, and I think Tiffany just promoted to level 3 of her career, and that's also another reason why they are not. I think I'm gonna turn auto lights off. Turn on all the lights. But that's why they are not having kids yet, because they're still trying to become more financially stable. They make executive decisions together, and by what that means is that whatever decision they need to make for their household that will benefit their household, they make those decisions together. So they come together and they decide, okay, are we going to do this? How is it going to benefit our household? How is it going to benefit us? How is it going to benefit the household in the short term? How is it going to benefit the household in the long term? And I'm not married, but I have heard that married couples do this. I've watched movies too, enough to know. So they also, where am I? And when there is an issue, whether they had an argument or there's a situation going on, they do their best to talk about it right away. They don't try, if they get into a fight, they don't try to like let it simmer over. They've been married for about 2 years now, and like I said, they are planning to have kids very soon, but they're still trying to be financially stable and grow into their careers. And believe it or not, Todd actually has a degree in computers, but unfortunately he found out that he couldn't pursue it for whatever reason. He just couldn't do it, and he changed over to the political career. And he found that, promoting his cause, which is for World United, is giving him much more gratification and much more satisfaction than being like a computer tech ever would give him. So even though right now it's very difficult to kind of get people to pay attention to him and get on his side, he realizes that he's making an effort to make a change in the world. So what I'm gonna have Todd do is come and do he's gonna come and hit the gym. He hasn't been here in a couple of days, and that's one of his things. He likes to be active, so he likes to come to the gym on his days off. He hasn't been there like the last couple of days because he's been working. He's been trying to promote his cause and get people to listen to his protest and things like that. And Tiffany, she is in business. She is like very much like her mom, and we'll introduce Mr. and Mrs. Aldrich and Mr. and Mrs. Wu. The Wus are Tiffany's parents, but we're gonna introduce them a little later. But she's very like her mom. She's a go-getter. She likes money. She's very materialistic. And that's another reason why they have like such nice things in their house is because she picked out everything. She picked out all the furniture. She picked out how she wanted everything to be, and Todd just let her. All I think Todd had a say in was maybe the color choices. So even though they do make the executive decisions together, some stuff Tiffany kind of overrules Todd on, and I think Todd just lets her do that. But Tiffany is in business, and hopefully very soon she'll be in management. But for right now, she is focusing on getting that money, and one of her whims is to have children. That is one of her wants, but she knows that it can't happen right now, so even though she does have a little bit of baby fever, she's working on her goal. So I'm gonna kind of speed through Todd doing his workout and I want to like get to Tiffany, and I want you guys to meet Tiffany, and then I'll introduce their parents respectively and tell you a little bit about Mr. and Mrs. Aldrich, which are Todd's parents, Michael and Jennifer, and then Mr. and Mrs. Wu, Tiffany's parents, Aiden and Marissa. So we're gonna have Todd go home because he's hungry, and even though I think we could have just let him pick something, we could have like taken him somewhere to get something to eat, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead. I already clicked the button, so we're gonna go ahead and go home. So I'm having Todd to get some leftovers. And before I get any further into this video, which I've already gotten like a knee deep in already, if I sound like I'm thrown off a bit, you know what? Let's go ahead and have, let's see. Oh, the museum. No, we'll do that later. We'll have like Todd meet his parents or something at their house. But as I was saying, see what I'm talking about already. Friday, I don't know if you guys like follow me on Twitter, but if you don't follow me on Twitter, you probably should. My Twitter handle is AngelSimmerX, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I do post updates, I do post links to my uploaded videos, and I do post like life updates in case like something happens, and the reason why I can't upload a video for that day. And so I didn't upload this video on Friday like I was supposed to. I didn't even have time to record it, and I was nowhere finished. I was nowhere prepared with my household anyway. So she's earned a vacation day. Awesome. The reason why I didn't do this Friday is because we had a family situation. My dad had a bit of a medical emergency, and that was actually on Thursday, and was it Thursday? No, Wednesday actually. Wednesday evening. So that's the reason why I haven't been able to get this video up. Sorry if I sound so distracted. I'm just trying to get them to do something, and he's taking a bath he's taking a bubble bath in the other bathroom. I cannot. Sir, you have your own bathroom. Why are you in the guest bathroom? But yeah, so my dad had a little bit of a medical emergency, and that's why I haven't uploaded a video at all for Friday or over the weekend, because usually what I try to do is try to upload a video if I missed. But my sleep, like I stayed overnight in the hospital with him Thursday night, and I did not get maybe an hour or two of sleep. So my sleep was totally thrown out of whack, and I was working on the household, but I wasn't about to try and sit here and try and get a video out, and I'm like, yeah. Even though I'm still feeling like crap today because it's that time of the month, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so this is Tiffany Aldrich, Todd's wife. I know she's in the shower right now. And as I said before, she is in the business career. She's doing good. We just need to get her promoted. And Todd is currently a campaign intern, but today was his day off. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have, let's see, what's Tiffany gonna do? Okay, she wants to have some fun. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let them travel to to Todd's parents' house, so the Mr. and Mrs. Aldrich, and then we're gonna go see Tiffany's parents, the Woos, because they haven't really been out of the house since Tiffany started working. Like Tiffany, as soon as Tiffany got a job, like the same day well, not the same day, but like the very next day, she's been working nonstop. So she's been working all week long, and she wants to do nothing more than kind of relax and settle down. And Todd's like, look, I haven't seen my parents since we moved here. Like, maybe we should go down and pay them a surprise visit. Also, apologize if my voice is a little raspy, or if I'm not talking high pitched enough, or I keep clearing my throat. It is, oh no, last exception. It is just because I have a mucus situation. It's with sinuses. I have chronic sinus issues. So that's probably why you guys have been hearing me clearing my throat so often in these videos. And even though I'm drinking water, and even though I can, really, the Spice Vessel, even though I can, or I like take cough drops, it's a no-go. So Mr. Aldrich is here. I don't see Mrs. Aldrich anywhere. But this is Todd's dad, Mr. Aldrich, and he is, as you can see, they live in the manor in Willow Creek. They have a totally different style compared to Todd and Tiffany and to the Woos. They like the old vintage kind of antique style. And Mr. Aldrich is actually a former businessman. He's not working anymore. The Aldriches are retired, as are the Woos. But he's a former businessman, and he wanted Todd to follow in his footsteps. But Todd had, of course, other ideas. And Mrs. Aldrich, Jennifer, is a world-renowned best-selling author. Well, I say world now, but she is a best-selling author. And so they were able to kind of afford the manor thanks to all of her royalties and all the books that she's written. I think I'm gonna have Tiffany and her father-in-law just kind of talk, because even though like she's been accepted by Todd's parents, Tiffany's parents haven't really fully accepted Todd. They were hoping that Todd, that Tiffany would have married someone with, a larger status. And when they found out that like Tiffany was in love with Todd and she wanted to marry him, they weren't thrilled about it, because Todd was, wasn't even established yet. But yeah, so the Woos, they wanted her to marry someone a little bit more established. And I think what we're gonna go ahead and do now is, I wish Mrs. Aldrich would have been home, but this is Jennifer, Todd's mom. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and visit Marissa and Aiden. And they live in San Myshuno. They're staying in the Alto Apartments because that was more convenient for Aiden to work with his cooking and everything. And they just stayed there. Marissa didn't really want them to continue to live in San Myshuno. She wanted them to either move to Willow Creek or come to Brindleton Bay and actually live in a nice house. But they decided they didn't want to leave the city and they wanted to keep their apartment. So let's see if the Woos are home. They should be though. They might be. Marissa is probably home. Oh no, they're both here. Okay. So this is Tiffany's parents' house, and as you can see, they are very well off. Marissa very much enjoys the vintage glamour style, and she wanted the entire apartment to be decorated in the vintage glamour style. And they have money. They are sitting on more money than the Aldriches, and that was another reason why the Woos didn't really care too much for Todd initially, because they wanted Tiffany to marry somebody that was already established. Like either he was an already established businessman or a established doctor. But yeah, so Tiffany told them, she was like, look, I love Todd, I'm in love with Todd. If you can't accept that, well then that's too bad, because I'm gonna marry him. And apparently Aiden is like, you can't fix food here. I don't know why. She's your daughter, but she's gonna have chicken nuggets anyway. That's weird. I don't know. And I gotta figure out what the last exception was. So Marissa and Todd are having a little conversation. She's asking him about the business, asking him how's it going, and he told her that he's involved in politics, and she's like, oh really? And she tells him like, look, we know some people who are also involved in politics that maybe you should get involved with, and maybe that will help you boost your career. So Todd's like, okay, you know, I'll take it into consideration. Sure. But he really doesn't want Marissa or Aiden all up in his business and hounding him, or trying to hound Tiffany, because he's not on their level, so to speak. So he's trying to tell Tiffany like, come on, you know, hurry up, eat, and let's go home because I'm tired. And he's gonna go sit down and watch TV with Aiden for a little bit. So my game is like hella glitchy. So let's go home. Tiffany is finished. I think that's why, it's because of that last exception. So we're gonna go ahead and send them home. Todd actually has work tomorrow, so that's another reason why they need to get back. And Tiffany has agreed that she will come back and visit her parents another time. So overall, my experience in creating this household and just playing them over the past couple of days using EA Maxis Match, I don't know, it's starting to make me feel like maybe I should make the switch. I'm really enjoying playing them as Maxis Match Sims and not as Alpha Sims, but I don't know, you know, I'll continue to maybe play around with them a little bit more and see how much more, you know, I'll enjoy it or for how much longer I should say that I'll enjoy it. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll let you guys know the situation. Maybe one day I'll go back to this household and I'll let you guys know, give you guys a bit of an update on Todd and Tiffany, and we'll see whether or not if I make the switch to Maxis Match. But for right now, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a like, drop a comment, or subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And when you do subscribe, please be sure to turn on notifications, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of my next upload. But that's it, guys. Please be sure to follow me on all of my social media. You can find that in the description down below. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you may be, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.